For 4 years, Ngozi Okafor had been married to Chinedu Okafor. 4 years of loyalty. 4 years of submission. 4 years of believing that love and patience would be enough. When Ngozi entered Chinedu's house as a bride, she was young, gentle, and hopeful. She believed marriage was endurance, that if you loved deeply enough, everything would fall into place. In those 4 years, Ngozi gave Chinedu 2 daughters, Ifeoma and Kayamika. The girls were beautiful, smart, and full of life. To Ngozi, they were blessings. But to Chinedu's family, something was missing. A son. At first, the pressure came softly. His mother would sigh whenever the girls ran around the compound. His uncles would joke during family meetings. His elder brother would remind him, half laughing, half serious. A man needs someone to carry his name. Ngozi heard everything. She swallowed the pain. She prayed harder. She convinced herself that time would silence them. After all, she was still young. Another child could come. But the pressure didn't stop. Instead, it grew heavier. Until one evening, Chinedu came home unusually quiet. That was the day everything changed. "I have to marry another wife," he said, not looking at her. Ngozi felt the room spin. "For what?" she asked, her voice barely audible. "My people want a son," he replied. "And I want one too." That night, Ngozi cried until her eyes burned. She begged. She knelt. She reminded him of their love. But the decision had already been taken, encouraged by his family, supported by tradition, justified by culture. 3 months later, Adiz entered the compound as the second wife. Adiz was younger, fair-skinned, calm and reserved. She greeted Ngozi respectfully and called her Nwanyioku, senior wife. On the surface, everything looked peaceful. But inside Ngozi, jealousy had already taken root. At first, she tried. She shared chores. She smiled through clenched teeth. She told herself she would survive. But Chinedu slowly drifted. He spent more nights in Adiz's room. He laughed more freely around her. He started comparing without words. Ngozi noticed everything. Then Adiz got pregnant. That was when jealousy stopped being silent and became loud. When Adiz gave birth to a baby boy, the entire compound erupted in celebration. Palm wine flowed. Neighbors congratulated Chinedu endlessly. His mother danced like a young bride. Ngozi stood at the corner of the yard, holding her daughters tightly, her heart breaking with every cheer. From that day, Chinedu changed. He stopped eating Ngozi's food. He stopped entering her room. He stopped touching her. When she asked questions, he avoided her. She became a shadow in her own home. Jealousy consumed her. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't eat. Every laugh Chinedu shared with Adiz felt like a knife to her chest. One afternoon, sitting alone, an idea crossed her mind. A dangerous one. She had heard whispers about dibias, about herbs, about things people do when desperation takes over. At first, she resisted. But loneliness is persuasive. One evening, Ngozi wrapped her scarf tightly and traveled to a neighboring village. There, she met an elderly dibia known for solving marital problems. She told him everything. Her pain. Her jealousy. Her desperation. "I don't want her dead," Ngozi said through tears. "I just want my husband back." The dibia prepared something. "When your husband comes close to her," he said slowly, "he will perceive a terrible smell. One that only he notices." Ngozi hesitated. Then she agreed. Not long after, Chinedu started complaining. "Adiz," he said one morning, "there's a strange smell around you." Adiz was shocked. She bathed repeatedly. Changed soaps. Visited hospitals. Doctors found nothing. Each time Chinedu came close, the smell returned. Confused and ashamed, Addis cried endlessly. She prayed. She fasted. She avoided people. Chinedu stopped sleeping in her room. Ironically, he still ate her food. But he no longer touched her. Slowly, his attention returned to Ngozi. Ngozi felt relief, then guilt. Addis started suspecting. The timing was strange. The shift too sudden. The looks Ngozi gave her too knowing. Eventually, the truth began to surface. An elder intervened. Questions were asked. Pressure was applied. Ngozi couldn't take it anymore. One night, she collapsed at Chinedu's feet. Crying. Confessing. Broken. I did it, she said. I was jealous. The compound went silent. The family gathered. The Dibia's work was reversed. Addis was cleansed. The smell disappeared. But the damage was already done. Chinedu was heartbroken, not angry, just deeply disappointed. Addis forgave Ngozi, but trust was gone. Ngozi learned too late that jealousy can destroy what patience built. And though peace returned to the compound, it came with scars, reminders that love forced through fear always ends in regret. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and share. Also follow for more interesting stories.